Everyone, welcome back. So, the Super Mario Galaxy movie just dropped a subtle but huge mystery, and if you missed it, it could be setting up the next big villain in the franchise. Because while the movie doesn't end with traditional cliffhanger, it does tease something way more interesting. During a quiet backstory moment, we learn that Princess Peach and Rosalina were once being chased down by unknown evil forces. And here's the key detail: the movie never tells us who they are. That's not an accident. In a franchise where villains are usually very clear, like Bowser choosing to hide, this one feels intentional, like Nintendo and Illumination are saving something bigger for later. So who could it be? Let's break down the most likely candidate. First of Wario, he is one of the biggest missing characters from the Mario movie universe so far. And fans have been expecting him to show up eventually. But here's the problem: time. Evil forces were chasing Peach and Rosalina when they were kids, and Wario is usually portrayed as being around the same age as Mario and Luigi. So unless the movie drastically changes his character, it doesn't quite fit. Still possible, just not the strongest choice. Next, the shrooms. This is where things get interesting. There's actually a purple glow in the scene where Peach and Rosalina are being chased. And the shrooms are known for their purple alien-like aesthetic. They are also invaders from Mario and Luigi, partners in time. A game built around time travel. And here's the kicker. The movie has already introduced inventions from Professor Egan. So time travel totally possible. Then there's Awful, a fan favorite villain with a surprisingly deep arc. He starts off as a sidekick, then evolves into a major threat, obsessed with power. Specifically, something called the Dark Star. If the movies adapt that idea, it could tie directly into why Peach and Rosalina were targeted in the first place. It's a long shot, but a really compelling one. Another strong contender is Smithy, an interdimensional conqueror leading an army known as the Smithy Gang. This actually lines up really well with the idea of mysterious evil forces invading from elsewhere. Plus, with Bowser becoming less of a pure villain in the movies, introducing a bigger, more dangerous threat like Smithy makes a lot of sense. Then we have one of the most dangerous possibilities: Shadow Queen, an ancient entity sealed away for thousands of years who specifically targets Princess Peach. That connection is important. If the movie lean into Peach and Rosalina having unique cosmic power, the Shadow Queen wanting to possess Peach becomes a perfect fit. It also explains why the threat existed long before the main story. And finally, the most underrated but possibly most smartest choice, Tatanga, a purple alien warlord who kidnaps Princess Daisy in the original Super Mario Land. Now, here's why this matters. The movie's post-credit scene introduces Daisy, which could be a huge hint. If the next film adapts Super Mario Land, Tatanga fits perfectly as a larger universal level threat. And it even opens the door for Wario to appear later, tying multiple storylines together. So, what is the most likely answer right now? There's no confirmation, but the clues point towards something bigger than just another Bowser story, whether it's aliens like the Shroots, an ancient force like the Shadow Queen, or a classic villain like Ratanga. One thing is clear: the Mario movie universe is just expanding and getting started, and whatever these evil forces are, they're probably going to change everything in the next film. Thank you for watching. Bye.